Welcome everybody. This is another live backtesting of NASDAQ 100 continuous contract, and I'm currently just doing what I always do. At 7 I have a vertical line, at 8, at 9 I have not yet added the rest, but I will after I see how these two liquidities are going to be taken. I'm waiting for one to be taken, which is this one, or should I say my agreement, or what I've come to learn from ICT is that at 7 a.m. I look for equal highs and lows that are formed, then I wait for one of them to be taken, and I look for an entry as I try to target the liquidity that was not taken. So currently I'm looking at a rally that happened before 7 to our new week opening up, and I can see this kind of a rejection after creating these two highs, and right now the market is actually rejecting this new week opening up, and it has retraced a little bit. Now if I was to take this rally and measure it, that is from this low, let me take the default one, from this low to this high that was created right there. As you can see, this sell-side liquidity that was created right below the first low that was created after 7, that one became our sell-side liquidity. And now if I was to check how much the retracement that is coming from this rejection of the new week opening gap, I'm thinking that it ought to give us a discount if it's supposed to go higher than this new week opening gap. So I'm currently measuring just to confirm and see, will the market actually give us a deep discount, which is actually right here. Let me just highlight it right there, and I'm going to type and write that is 50% fib retracement, and right below it you can see that the deepest discount we can get is up to here. I'm just going to highlight all of this right there. There's only 61.8, and the last one is 78.6. So what I'm actually trying to understand is this, or what I'm trying to backtest is this: if the market had a rally and now it's currently rejecting this new week opening gap, then it has to give us a discount where smart money is going to buy, or if it's not going to do that, it ought to give us a selling opportunity right near this new week opening gap, which after it took out this low right here, it never gave us any entry because the market has not retraced back to that area. Because if it did, then we would take the last down close candle as our breaker, and that would have been our entry for a sell opportunity to target the low that has been created here. That is if the market is going to retrace. But if it's not going to retrace, then the least we can do is we take out this liquidity, give us a deep discount that is below 50%. It could be right here, because I can see there's something that is quite clear here. Let me show you. You can see a fair value that is right below the 50% retracement right there. That is a fair value, and I see it as legit because one, there's a small gap there that was should I say insufficiency, because there was no body. Then it kind of printed it right above there, and after that we can see that this low, this high was taken out right there, and the market went all the way up to this area. Now it has retraced a little bit. It's actually reacting at these down close candles right here, and I want to see what's going to happen in a few before we actually near our market open, which happens between 9:30 right there and 10:30 and 10:30 and 10, actually 9:30 and 10. Let me just outline it so that right there. Remember, always try to replicate what ICT is doing, and what I'm currently doing is actually appreciating that time is more important, then price comes next. So that's why I always highlight with these vertical lines, and I'm very, very keen with it. I don't want to joke about it, and all my videos are going to be having such lines, because if you have not already, changed your mind that you're not trading animal patterns, then I would assume that you're still gambling. So what I'm trying to preach here, or what I'm trying to learn, is that price action is key, and there's always a logic behind it. It's not about patterns as much as patterns can give you money. But if you don't have the logic behind why the market is doing whatever it is doing, then I think you have a shallow knowledge about this. Yeah. So currently, that's what we're waiting for. I want to see what's going to happen before market open. I'm going to highlight this one with a different color to outline that is the start of market open. It's actually a 30-minute window, and I believe it's going to be a good day today. It's on a Wednesday. Let's see, because I want to know how would my emotion run if I was to take this trade. For instance, why should I buy right here? Why should I sell right here? And suppose I was to take a buy below the 50% retracement, what would be my reasons? So to confluence that reason, I always need some price, some price and time at the same time, because you can see, if you look at price action, it's giving us a sell-side liquidity right here, and below it we have 50% retracement. That is, if you measure from right here to this high, these equal highs that were created right here. The reason why I'm saying these are equal highs is because as much as this high is greater or is higher than this one, the bodies were printed lower than it, and these one are still relevant highs. So currently you can see that the market retraced, came right to this point, which is actually right there. Let me just show you what's happening here so that you're not surprised with what is happening. If you look keenly, we can see that this was a down close candle, and the market actually respected it. Wicks went right below it, but after respecting it, it went higher. It went higher to where we were actually looking for a sell if it came to this down close candle right here. See right here, right there, right there, and that's our breaker. So I'm going to check a sell right there once I see the type of candlesticks that are going to be printed right there, because if you look keenly, this is like the 2024 market make model. where the market gives us a dip and give us a retracement to give us an OTE, whereby we're just looking for premium and more confluence in price. So these would have been a great sell right here. Let me see whether I can take a sell opportunity right here, and our stop loss will be just right above there. Let me see how it's going to actually print. If it's going to go above or close above 50% of this week that has been created here, then there are higher chances that the market is going to actually kind of reverse and go higher. Let us wait and see. We can take a small scalp and we wait. Yeah, right there you can see that it's actually respecting, the body is actually respecting that zone, and waiting still. I'm still waiting. I want to see how it's going to react at this midsection of that breaker right there. Right there. I'm going to take a sell right there. I'll put my stop loss right above the breaker, and I put my take profit right below this, which is the sell side liquidity right there, and I'll give it a chance to play out of, because once it comes to take out the sell side liquidity, there are higher chances that the market is going to actually to take out this sell side liquidity and go lower than this low. Let us see. You can see the executions clearly. Let me just go to the settings so that you see the executions. You can see the executions are right there, and we want to target this sell side liquidity right there. Let us see. Let's see whether it's going to actually respect what we've been taught by ICT. That is, this was a high that was taken out by this small rally right there, but the rally began right here at this down close candle. So that down close candle becomes very important once the market comes back, and we can see that once I have projected it to the left, not to the right, then I have to check what is the market doing at that area. And since I've given it room to play, you can see actually like risking around $15. But if I was to put my stops tighter to be right above here, that would mean that we are actually risking 9, but I've given the market room to play, so I'll give it just 15 is quite enough to backtest and to understand whether actually the market is giving us, signatures of respecting what we've been taught. So let us see whether the market is going to drop and give us this. I would also want to measure and see whether this retracement is actually at 50% retracement right there. If you measure the dip from right here to here, so it's actually not a deep, it's not actually a deep retracement. The farthest it can go is around until somewhere here where my stops are, and as you can see, it's right at the deepest retracement, which is 78.6. But let me give it a chance and take it a little bit higher, something like that, so that if it's going to be a deep retracement, then we are going to know that we are either right or wrong. Let us see. You can see also here there's this low that was taken out right here. And let me just push this onto the side. You can see this low was taken out by this candlestick. Let me show you right there, you see, right there. So it's actually a good fair value still to be respected. And this is why I always say that once you learn the things that ICT teaches, it is good to actually backtest them frequently so that you see, suppose I entered this trade, where would I place my stop loss, and how far will the market actually be volatile, or how far will the market go? Suppose I had two entries like this one. This is the reason, is a genuine reason for me to actually sell here, but you can see that the market actually rushed a bit higher, and after rushing, it actually touched this fair value that was higher than this breaker. So let us see how the market is going to react between these two. If it's going to actually respect this fair value, then it means that once it respects it, it's going to go lower below this breaker, and it will give us a push to take out this low right here. Let me reduce now these lines that you're seeing all over here, so that we try that. We are going to do some good risk management, and we see whether, if this market was to go lower, by trailing our stop and moving our take profit so that we can maximize the win. We're going to see how it's going to play out. Let's see in a few. See the reaction at that area. The bodies have respected that breaker, but the wicks always do the dirty thing, that is, they wick out to do the damage. But as we can see currently, I'm confident. How am I feeling? I'm confident that actually the price is being respected, and as you can see, the market is actually rushing to take that sell side liquidity. So if I was to pull and trail my stop right above the 50%, let me teach something here. You see this wick that wicked out to touch the fair value. I've trailed my stop right above the closement encroachment of that wick. Once the market takes out this low or this liquidity, it means I can still take it lower to give us a deep take profit, should I say. But I'll just stick to this point right there. We'll stick to that area, and I'll take my Fibonacci extension tool, and I'll measure. I'll run it from right here to this low, to where it retraced to, and I believe that the market has a higher chance of coming to this area. That is, you can see here we have one standard deviation, Then we have 1.6, this area. This is the farthest it can go. Other times, the market, when it is volatile, we can always reach this one. So let us watch and see whether we're going to get this push until somewhere here, right below the 78% retracement of the overall rally that occurred right here. Let us see. I want us to be as keen as possible so that we can understand, is ICT teaching the right things? And if you're backtesting, you get the confidence of getting into a trade when you see an opportunity. Remember, this is pre-market. This is pre-market session, and we are learning. I believe we are learning. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe so that you will learn, and we both, as we both backtest, wherever you are, you will be encouraged to be getting into trades with more confidence. Don't forget to comment so that we hear from each other. Let us see. Hoping that you have understood what I've tried to explain right here. I had seen this market coming right below this new week opening gap, and you can see the type of volatility when a new week opening gap is actually retested. Look at how these candles were printed. These are 1 minute candle followed by this one, and if this was a trade that I took in futures, you see these are 30 points. Imagine 30 points are what actually ICT is trying to teach right now, would have been actually to catch in your early stage as a trader. And you can see that at this area I would have actually been okay with it. The reason why it's kind of a little amount of money is because this is a continuous contract, and you can see clearly the market has come all the way to the sell side liquidity, and we want to see whether it's going to go further. I'll just put this back to somewhere here, somewhere there, as we check and see, will the market give us a deep retracement? Really, let's see. As you can see, it has taken out the sell side liquidity. It has wicked a little bit to the 50% retracement, but I believe it's supposed to give us a deep retracement to this area. There's a small gap right below that 50% retracement, and I believe this is a very good place where the market can reach. If I'd placed my take profit at this area, we would have been out by now. That would have been a home run. For the futures. For the futures people, I know the ones who are conversant with ICT concept, they saw that coming. So I'm so actually pleased that this thing is printing and showing us exactly what you're being taught and putting it into test, because the more data we have, the more confidence we have. So let us see whether it's going to give us a deep discount, right? That is below 50% and between 61.8%. The retracement that I'm still talking about is still the same. That is, if you measure from here to here, you're going to get your 50% right here, and your 61% right here, and your 78.6% right here. Let us see what the market is going to do right here. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. Our take profit is right here. How am I feeling? I'm kind of feeling scared a little bit because I've retraced I've trailed my stop so that it can be break even, but I'm still confident that the market is going to give us a deep retracement below here. So let us see whether it's true or false. If I was to close right now, it mean I'll get just 19, but don't worry about this. This is just actually a paper trading account, and we're just trying to understand the concept. I've not seen anything else that can tell me here that we are not going lower. So the only thing that I've done today is, once I saw that this was a good entry, I trailed my take profit to a place where I'm not supposed to actually be doing, because ICT says you're supposed to take the lowest hanging fruit, which is actually right at the sell side liquidity. So actually my take profit should have been here. But if you look keenly, since the sell side liquidity has already been taken, what is actually the narrative of this market going higher? If it is going to go higher, then at least you should give us a discount, and this is an exact discount at 50%. So there are people actually who are going to, if they're going for buys for today, there are people who are actually buying right here. But if we see there's a rejection of all these areas, that is, if the market closes right below this fair value, then it would mean that the market wants to actually take out this low, which is actually a good thing if you're like me, who has taken a trade right here. You're just going to be trailing your stop to areas that are significant as you trail your take profit. So you milk the market as much as you would want. So let us see whether it's going to play out. We don't want to be greedy, because this is actually, it's like we're trying to teach a beginner. Suppose you were to enter trades, what are you supposed to be doing? And I think having solid rules is better than being greedy. And you can see clearly that we have taken out the sell side liquidity, and we are below 50% retracement. Let's see whether we can test this. We can test this fair value. I want to see if it's going to give me that. I'm going to be comfortable with it. Yeah, it's actually closed. The candle has closed, so it means we are going for it. It's going for it. You can trail our stop to this area, around right there. Right there. At least we close some. Suppose the market was to reverse, you can close with a profit. Always close in. Always take something. As much as there are people who actually set and forget, you know, you can enter here and you say, I just leave it and leave the market and see whether it's going to actually take my profit or take my stop loss. But if you can lock in some profit, always do, because the market will not be merciful when you're actually taking a wrong trade. It will take and milk you out, and you will be liquidity. So as you can see, if there are people who actually took a buy right here, a buy here, they were very profitable, thinking that we are coming to take out this buy side liquidity. But what the market has done is that it rushed to take out the sell side liquidity because of only this narrative. The market had rallied so high to an area that is very significant, which is this gray area that I'm calling the new week opening gap. We have retested it at the lowest area, and this would have been a sniper entry, but you see, you wouldn't have entered here, because this is a live session, and I've not been able to enter right there. It never even gave a chance for me to enter. But since we had an analysis showing us that this is a breaker, then that is the reason my entry was here earlier and my stop loss was right above here. So I'm I'm hoping that by the end of this video you're going to see that actually it's working, and it's worth taking an hour or two to just try and trade during the pre-market session, that is the AM session, before the market opens. So let us see whether we're going to close in with this fair value being taken out or being tested. It's already been tested at the top, but I want to see whether it's going to take us to give us this. That is what I'm trying to see. So currently I'm seeing that this low has been taken by this. Let me show you. Right there, right there, right there. Hoping you're seeing what I'm seeing. That is the fair value. Right there. The market has tested it. And if I was to trail my stop, if I was to just shift my, the goalpost, this take profit, I would take it as far as this area, because it's kind of giving me some vibe that we're actually going further to give us a deep discount. Let me see. Let us see whether it's going to take us to give us this. You see, it came closer to this close-mate encroachment, and it never gave us. So let us see. Let's see what it's going to give us. It's going to give us, then you're out of this market with confidence. I'll trail my stop loss deeper, so that if it rejects or it takes out this fair value, then it's going to be inverse, making it an entry to go higher. But so long as it's trading right below it, means we are good. So actually my take profit would have been right here. You see why you should take the lowest hanging fruit, hoping that we are learning. Let us see right there. So the market is actually rushing right above the fair value that has been created right here. You can see this up close candle. They're offering a way out to those that want to go lower. If the market is going to act as a resistance right here with this up close candle, then it would mean people are taking selling opportunities right here for these lows to be taken, the ones that have been created right here. Even if I was to explain this mini section that is from here to here, if I was to measure, it would mean, if I was to measure this run to that fair value, we can see clearly that the market has retraced 50%. If it is going to go deeper, we're expecting it to go until to this area. Then if the up close candle are going to offer some resistance, then it would mean we're coming for this low. We're coming for this low. So let us just see whether the market is going to give us that push and hope for the best. So let us see. I was expecting that the market is going to close right here. So this is how you're going to be feeling in a live market. So what we are currently seeing here is that the entry was awesome, but the greed was bad, because your take profit was supposed to be right below this sell-side liquidity right here. And if you are reaching for anything lower than it, then your take profit should have been on the upper side of that fair value, not on the higher side, not on the deeper side, that is inside the fair value. You ought to have at least some points or pips right above, and that is enough, because you're not looking for home runs deep discount if you take a selling opportunity right from here. Deep retracement. So I'm expecting the market, if the market is respecting this up close candle, then it ought to take out this low immediately. Exactly. Supposed to take out this low immediately. Let us see. If it won't, it's still fine. We have locked in some profit with confidence. Let us see whether it's retesting the fair value on the upper side. If it's going to close above it, then it will mean we're coming all the way up. Let us wait and see. I'm hoping that it's going to just respect. This was a dip, this is the retracement, then you ought to take out this low. If it reverses, then you have another buying setup for deep retracement to reverse and take out the buy side liquidity. That is my way of looking at it. So let us wait and see. Let us wait and see. I'm also afraid that the video is kind of long. Right now it's currently 36 minutes. 36 minutes. And I don't know whether my YouTube channel is going to be able to sustain this amount of data, because there is a video I did, and actually it did cut at 21 minutes. So I'm hopeful that they're going to give me a way to just upload more than 30 or 20 minutes of a video, because this one is going to be one of the best, videos to rewatch once we're making a lot of money in future, because it gives clarity and what we are looking for. So let us wait and see whether the market is going to give us what we expected. Let us see. Hoping by now that we know what the market has done and what we're expecting. So it's not a surprise that if the market was to take us out from this place, it doesn't mean that we were wrong. We were actually very right, because our execution was on point and our take profit was also on point. I'm feeling like I want to trail my stop loss a little bit so that I can get this, but all the same, let us wait and see. Let us wait and see. Let me remeasure again. I want to remeasure the dip and the retracement. You see how far has it gone so far? Right there. So our stop loss is actually right above the 78.6% retracement, and we expected a deep drop, or a continuation of the move of the previous move, which was selling. That was nice. Okay, so let me just move and show you exactly what we mean. So I hope you find this insightful, because this being a live session, it shows exactly what I've been trying to say, that the market will always respect what we've been taught by ICT. And currently we can see that once the market retraced, it gave us an entry, and we can see clearly that the sell liquidity was supposed to be our take profit, and this being our entry, and getting, let me just show you, getting more than, I believe this is 30 points in futures. It's something that is remarkable for for any beginner. So I can see currently that the market just went up. We were wicked out. This is the reason why if you're trailing a stop, you make sure that you give it room for the market to play. But regardless, we would have taken our profits at this sell-side liquidity line, and we would have been out, or still we would have taken it right below it at this fair value. So I hope you found this insightful. If you have enjoyed this type of content, you can give me a thumbs up, and we still continue with such content. Today being 21st May of 2025, this has been a good back testing and forward testing and live testing of ICT trading strategy and trading pre-market session. So with that, I hope that we have both learned something valuable, and I'll just urge you to subscribe for those who have not subscribed, and be alert for more of such content. Be blessed.